What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're doing a rebuild on a team that we haven't done in quite some time, as today we're going to be doing a Myles Turner Charlotte Hornets rebuild today. Before we get into this video though, guys, if you could simply leave a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you've not already, only takes 2 seconds of your time and is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for that. But like I said, we haven't done a Charlotte Hornets rebuild in quite some time, and obviously this team is in desperate need of a center, and they've been like one of the teams that's been most linked to the whole Myles Turner thing. So I thought it would be fun today to go ahead and do just that, a Myles Turner Charlotte Hornets rebuild today. Now I know he's going to be out past the trade deadline, so he may not even play the rest of the season for Charlotte, but as a guy who's under contract for 2 more years or for another year after this, I think it would be kind of interesting to go ahead and plug Myles Turner in on the Charlotte Hornets team, get a guy who can play some defense on this team. So I did want to show you guys how the trade went for us. We got Myles Turner, O'Shea Brissett, Keelan Martin for PJ Washington, Mason Plumlee, Ish Smith, and a 2025 future first-round pick, obviously. So basically, the Pacers walk away with a young PJ Washington who's been in some trade rumors for quite some time anyway, and a first-round pick. The other 4 players in the trade don't make, like, this trade. It doesn't matter too much that these other 4 players in the trade. You can argue that maybe O'Shea Brissett could become something. Maybe one of these guys, maybe Keelan Martin, becomes something for us. I don't know. But majority of the thing is Indiana Pacers get PJ Washington and a first-round pick, while the Charlotte Hornets get Myles Turner. So that is the main thing we're focused on. So Myles Turner obviously becomes the best center on the roster for the Charlotte Hornets team. Now, like I said, I know Myles Turner is going to be injured for the rest of the season for Charlotte, but for today, I'm just going to leave him in. So we're going to have this starting lineup. So it's going to be LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Kelly Oubre, Miles Bridges, Myles Turner, Gordon Hayward, Caleb Martin, Jaden McDaniels, and James Bouknight, and Nick Richards. So I don't like Gordon Hayward off the bench, obviously. So we're going to obviously swap that around. So we'll have that going for us. So Gordon Hayward starting small forward, Rozier, LaMelo, Miles Bridges, and then Myles Turner, Kelly Oubre, Cody Martin, Jaden McDaniels, and James Bouknight. So we're going to go ahead and celebrate the rest of the season now that Myles Turner is on this roster. And I really want to see how this is going to go. So like I said, long time since we've done a Hornets rebuild, so this should be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and simulate this first season and see how this finishes out. Additionally, today's video is sponsored by Prize Picks, which is a DFS player props app that's matching up to a $100 deposit when you use my code Crushables. Let me show you. Prize Picks is a DFS app where you're literally facing no one other than the numbers. You're just facing the projections. Let me show you some of my past entries. So on this one, I decided to do a power play where I decided to bet the over on Rudy Gobert and Harrison Barnes. The power play was able to 3 times my money, and Rudy Gobert and Harrison Barnes were both able to hit, which mounted me to $150. On this one, I did a flex play with LaMelo, Fred VanVleet, Joe Harrison, Gordon Hayward. Unfortunately, Joe Harris was only like 3 points off. If he literally hit one of his threes, I would have walked away with $100. So unfortunate, but that's just what happens. But I didn't walk away with nothing, as I was still able to win $32 after only betting 21. So I didn't walk away with nothing. So you can decide whether or not you want to do flex plays or power plays. Feel free to use my link in the description. Of course, you can always ask me on Twitter if you have any questions, and use my code Crushables when you sign up. So we ended up climbing in the standings and don't have to deal with the play-in tournament, which is awesome. So it looks like Myles Turner came over and immediately made an impact. Giannis goes to MVP, MVP goes to Giannis is probably what I should say. And then Rookie of the Year goes to Cade Cunningham. 6th man goes on to Drummond. Giannis Defensive Player. Wendell Carter Most Improved on the Magic. And then Monty Williams Coach of the Year. And Justin Taylor's your executive. So here's your NBA first team with Shea, LaMelo Ball, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jimmy Butler, and Nikola Jokic. So LaMelo Ball making All-NBA first team is awesome to see. 21 and 8 assists. All-NBA second team with Russ, James Harden, Luka, LeBron, and Embiid. And here's your All-NBA third team, All Defensive first team, and All Defensive second team. So we did, like I said, end up being the 5th seed in the East, so I'm really happy with that. Looking at the player stats, he had 21 from LaMelo, 16 from Rozier, 15 from Oubre, 13 from Miles Bridges, 12 from Gordon Hayward, and 12 from Myles Turner. So pretty solid all around, obviously. I would love to increase Miles Bridges' shot tendency and stuff like that. We definitely need a guy maybe scoring a little bit more. That way LaMelo Ball can have another 20-point per game score next to him. So let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Toronto Raptors, though. So we do match up a little bit better against Toronto, obviously. Although they really don't have a traditional big man. They're running Siakam at center right now. So let's just go ahead and simulate current round against Toronto and kind of see how we do. So simulate current round, and we are going to beat them in 6. So we are in the second round, and we get to play the Miami Heat, who are the 1st seed. And now we get Myles Turner being able to guard Bam Adebayo, and then we have Victor Oladipo here as well. And LaMelo. So I'm not really sure if we'll go past the Miami Heat, but you never really know. Somebody current round, and we are going to push them to 7. but we lost, so that sucks. 36 points from Jimmy Butler in that game 7. So Jimmy was just better, and 32 from LaMelo, and then 22 from Kelly Oubre. So to be honest with you, 127-133, 6 points away from making the Eastern Conference Finals. We have to be pretty excited about that. So I think Myles Turner immediately came over and made an impact as the Los Angeles Lakers go on to win a championship over the Bucks in 4 games. So I believe the Charlotte Hornets do not have their draft pick, obviously, from that New York Knicks trade on draft night. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's lottery protected, and I think the Knicks traded that pick to the Hawks, right? So yeah, for Cameron Reddish. So the Hawks end up having our draft pick. So that's awesome. So now we're going to go straight to staff signing, kind of see what we can get here. So James Marengo, we were 1 game away from the Eastern Conference Finals, so I don't really see the point of replacing him. Obviously, he'll be good to have for the foreseeable future. Then guard guru, if we can find a potential guard guru. So let's go ahead and sign our wing whisperer real quick, and then we'll get the rest. So we'll sign our wing whisperer, and then we're going to go for a guard guru. We don't have a ton of money, it looks like, so hopefully we can get some decent players here. A big man coach would not hurt as well. So we got Rudolph Cox. If we can get both of them, that would be awesome. We get both of them. And then last but not least is going to be our post defensive coach and Damian Parks. So we'll grab Damian Parks. All right, let's go straight to the draft. So I don't believe we have a draft pick at all, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. And we have a 2nd round pick, an early one. And we also have, a lot of salary. So the whole Gordon Hayward thing is interesting. I've heard rumors that Indiana was interested in Gordon Hayward. I don't know why. Like maybe a long time ago it would have been a good idea, but I don't know about now. I don't think we're going to be trading away Oubre, although he's on a 1-year deal. Terry Rozier's contract is probably... I do like Terry Rozier, so I don't think we're going to be trading him away, and he was our 2nd leading scorer. Obviously, Myles Turner is here. So I think we have the ability to make some kind of trade, but I don't really know what we're going to get. So we'll just kind of just go into the draft and see what we can grab at number 8 in the 2nd round. So at early 2nd round pick, we have Kenny Chandler. We have Nikola Jovic, Dyson Daniels. So actually, I'm going to draft Kenny Chandler here with my 2nd round pick. And then my other draft pick, I'm going to draft, we got Zion Harmon, Walker Kessler. So I'm just going to draft Walker Kessler. And I believe Kenny Chandler is a, 74 overall. So I feel really good about that selection. And then player options, Jaden McDaniels, Keelan Martin will accept. We'll accept everybody. And then qualifying offers, Sky Lewis, Cody Martin's definitely a guy I want back. And then Miles Bridges, of course, 100% want back. So we'll offer all of our restricted free agency some offers. So just like that, looks pretty good. And then, of course, free agency. I don't think we're going to be able to get anybody that great. I mean, we have a little bit of money. We got a restricted free agent Cody Martin. So, okay, if we take a look at the roster as it sits right now. So, I love the addition of Kenny Chandler as a backup point guard for this Hornets team. Also could easily be a trade piece later on down the road if he becomes really good. So, LaMelo Ball, or not LaMelo Ball, James Bouknight and Terry Rozier. You got Gordon Hayward, Kelly Oubre, and Keelan Martin. And then Jalen McDaniels, I should say. O'Shea Brissett, and of course you have Myles Turner, Nick Richards, Kai Jones. So there's actually quite a bit of young players here. So I think there is a potential that we could make some kind of trade with Gordon Hayward involved. That's kind of the guy I'm definitely looking to trade here. So obviously you're going to bring back Miles Bridges, which is 100% what I want to do here. But if we were to trade Gordon Hayward away, we could technically start Gordon Hayward, but I would not be remiss if I didn't try to maybe get a better starting small forward. Where does that come from? I don't know. But I do want to take a real quick peek around the league and see if I can find anything to maybe make this team just a little bit better. So I'm actually trying to work out a trade with the Indiana Pacers in order to get Karis LeVert from them. Obviously, another guy that the Pacers are looking to trade away. And like I said, there was some rumors that the Pacers were interested in not rebuilding, but retooling because the owner just doesn't want to rebuild. So I guess Gordon Hayward, I believe, is from Indiana, that area. So I don't know, man. Like, would this be a good move for the Pacers? No, but it has been a actual legit rumor. So I'm trying to get something to work out here, but it says we're simply losing too much at our main backup shooting guard spot in our forward rotation for me to accept the proposal. Obviously, that doesn't mean much if we can convince them of giving like a couple of picks. Maybe Keelan Martin would put this trade over. Nope. And then last but not least, we could maybe try O'Shea Brissett back to them. No. And then we'll throw a couple of seconds maybe for them to take on Gordon Hayward's contract, and they agree. So we get Karis LeVert to be our new starting small forward. So I like that. So basically how I feel about this is we have plenty of guys around Gordon Hayward is gone. We have so many guys around LaMelo Ball that could just be scoring 20 a night. So I really think we have a very interesting team with LaMelo Ball being the main star of our roster. And of course, Miles Bridges is that other guy that I kind of want to beat the star. So other than that, man, I really like what I'm seeing. We have a lot of guys who can give you 20 any given night. And you also have your star here in LaMelo, and then Miles Bridges is the co-star. And of course, we also have Caleb Martin. We can get back another rotational piece. So I really think we're in a good position here. So I really love what we have going on. So our rotation is going to be deep. We're going to have guys we can trade away if you want to upgrade the roster even further. So this isn't a really, we're in a great position. So I'm gonna wait for Miles Bridges to get an offer, obviously, and then we'll go from there. So Miles Bridges yet to get an offer, actually the Thunder match, or giving him an offer, and of course I'm going to match it. So now we have Cody Martin, who I am going to go ahead and sign to a 4-year deal to be a really nice rotational piece for the foreseeable future. So Cody Martin, if we can get you, that's great. So just like that, we also have another mid-level we could sign away, but I don't think we need to use it this offseason. So LaMelo Ball, Kenny Chandler is a young point guard we drafted. That could be another potential trade piece down the line. You got James Bouknight, who could technically be a trade piece down the line as well, if you don't see anything in him, or if you just want to give him another opportunity somewhere else, because not really sure if his opportunity will pop up here in Charlotte. And then you got Kelly Oubre and Karis LeVert. You got Miles Bridges and Jalen McDaniels, and then Myles Turner, Nick Richards, Kai Jones, and Walker Kessler. So this team is in such a good position. I really love where we're at right now. So player progression, 91, 86, 82, 82, 82, 81, 78. So like I said, just a ton of guys around LaMelo Ball, 20 any given night if we need to. There's going to always be a third guy that can step up for this team, and that's a great position to be in. So I really like where we're at. So I'm going to draft, or I'm going to load a 2023 draft class, and then we're going to take a look at this rotation, kind of see how it looks. So power ranking does land us at number 4. So like I said, very dangerous roster in my opinion. So LaMelo Ball, Rozier, Karis LeVert, Miles Bridges, Myles Turner, Kelly Oubre, Caleb Martin, James Bouknight, and McDaniels. So Nick Richards and Kenny Chandler are not in the rotation, which is fine. And then one last thing I wanted to do, like I said, is I want to boost Miles Bridges' shot tendency up to match what he's been able to do this year. So we'll grab Miles Bridges and throw him up there. We'll probably throw LaMelo at 90 and Miles Bridges at 85, and then Myles Turner or Karis LeVert at 84 as well. So I'm cool with that. So all right, I really like where we're at. We're gonna simulate this season with this brand new looking roster. I really love what we have around LaMelo Ball. I really think we have a good foundation around him. Proficiency is a 4-star at pace and space, and looks like that's we can move it to balance, but we'll leave it at pace and space for now. We're gonna go ahead and simulate this season. Power ranking lands number 4, so hopefully we can be like a top 4 team in the East this year. So season number 2 comes to an end, and I gotta say I'm a little disappointed as we finished up as a 7th seed. So I definitely was hoping for a little bit more, but it's fine. Jaden Ivey wins Rookie of the Year. Kevin Love 6th man. Gobert Defensive Player. Quickly Most Improved, and Willie Green is your Coach of the Year, and Jacob Parks your Executive. So All NBA First Team, LaMelo Ball still making it. You love to see it. And then All NBA Second Team, Shea, Murray, Zion, Butler, and Embiid. And here's your All NBA Third Team, All Defensive First Team, and All Defensive Second Team. So we go ahead and take a look at the stats and kind of see maybe where the problem was. We had 22 from LaMelo and 21 from Miles Bridges. So everything we would have hoped for is there. It's right in front of us. I mean, there's a lot of scores on this team, like I said. James Bouknight even was actually really solid for us. So that's actually really awesome to see. Myles Turner 11. 7 from Cody Martin, 6 from Jay McDaniels, 0.8 from Kai Jones. So probably could eventually get him to crack the rotation. So if these playoffs don't go as planned, because I really do think even as a 7th seed, we could probably upset some teams. But of course, we got to get past the play-in first. So let's see if we get that lucky. And no, we lose to Detroit. So let's go ahead and see if we can beat Cleveland or Toronto. And we got to play Cleveland, and we are going to lose. So we do not even get into the playoffs this year, which is very disappointing. Like I said, I really hoped that this year would be really good for us, but unfortunately we didn't even get to the postseason. So very disappointed by that. We went from a 2nd-round team to not even making the postseason, and Indiana on the other hand is the 4th seed in the East. So not a good look at all. But I believe we're gonna have a lottery pick this offseason, as we are projected pick number 14. So obviously a lottery pick is always good to have. Number 14. We got Chicago and Golden State, 2 of the best teams in the NBA right now, as number 1 and number 2. That's very interesting. And a staff signing. I think I'm going to fire James Marengo based off what I just, obviously had to deal with. So the fact that we didn't get the playoffs is really disappointing. We don't have a lot of money, though, which is the disappointing part. So I'm going to offer Tyrone Lue a contract. He's probably not going to accept it, obviously. We have Hammonds, Morrison, Walker, Grisdale, Cooper. Let's just see what else is out here. Drew, Ray, Macy. Are there any? Billy Donovan, Jason Kidd. So Billy Donovan we could offer a contract to. So we'll go for Billy Donovan. And then let's go ahead and take one last look. Just offer someone else a head coach offer. And maybe we get one of them at the very least. Frank Vogel is given an option. Steve Nash. Mac, you got Pickett. So I'll offer Steve Nash a contract as well. Probably not going to accept it. So Do we get Billy Donovan? Yes, we do. So we walk away with Billy Donovan at the very least, who has some badges. So, okay. We fire James Marengo. We move on and we get Billy Donovan. Will that make a difference? Who knows? But as far as draft and, you know, trade market, I mean, we have the 14th pick, so that's only going to strengthen our roster as far as our trade assets are concerned. So let's just go at number 14 and see what we can select here. So draft summary so far. Got Victor going number 1, of course. So let's just go ahead and see what we can get at number 14. We got Flipowski, who's a 78 overall, apparently. Okay, got to keep that in mind. Nicola. Got Nick Smith Jr., Kyle Flipowski, Dylan Mitchell. Is that even actually real? Is he actually a 78 overall, or did I just get like lied to by 2K? Let's see if that was the case. He's a 76 overall, so I guess we'll take it. I'm not totally familiar with this draft class. Obviously, I know Victor and some of these top guys like Amani Bates, Scooter Henderson, and Amari Bailey, guys like that. But you know, towards the end, I'm not totally familiar with everybody. I'm going to accept Kenny Chandler. I don't think it makes any sense to let him go. And Nick Richards is a free agent. Okay, so honestly, I don't really think I want to do too much here. Myles Turner, of course, we want to resign. Levert's a free agent, so be interested to see what we want to do there. We did just draft a power forward, so we could save some money by not signing McDaniels back. I am going to 100% sign Myles Turner, though, because he's the title of the video. And then Karis LeVert, if he doesn't have any offers, I'm going to wait. He has 2, and they're both terrible offers, so looks like we have some time to consider it. And Kelly Oubre, I probably won't resign. I don't want to renounce Karis LeVert. So, but just in case, I won't renounce these 2 guys, obviously, because I do want a chance at getting them. So LeVert, he has 5 offers now. He actually has a really good offer from the Knicks. He averaged, let's see, what did he average? He had 14.5 points, 31% from the field. And right now, our starting small forward situation, LaMelo Ball, Kenny Chandler. You got Rozier, Cody Martin, and then James Bouknight. You got no small forward right now, Miles Bridges, and then Kai Jones. Obviously, we're waiting for Myles Turner. So, you know what? I think I'm going to offer Karis LeVert a contract as well. So hopefully we get him, and LeVert and Myles Turner are both going to accept. So we get our foundation back, and then free agency, Nick Richards still free agent. So let's take a look at this, though. So LaMelo Ball, Chandler, and then Martin and Bouknight. What we're going to do is we're going to move one of these forwards to... So either Bouknight or, let's see, Bouknight goes up to an 80 at small forward, and then Martin's going to go up to an 81. But Martin's taller, so I'm going to move him to small forward. So we'll have LaMelo Ball, Kenny Chandler, Rozier, Bouknight, and then LeVert, Martin, Miles Bridges, Bukowski, and then Myles Turner. And then last but not least, is Kai Jones still there? Is he the other center? Yeah, so I do want to roll with Kai Jones as my backup. All right, so I'm not going to worry about Nick Richards. If he comes back, he comes back. And then as far as anything else is concerned, we could give Kelly Oubre a contract, but I think I'm just going to move on. So player progression, let's go ahead and take a look at what that's going to look like for us. So player progression is going to look like this. So hopefully this year is a lot better of a year for us. Very disappointing second season, but Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball, LeVert, Terry Rozier. So I really like what we have, like I said. So if it is necessary, we could potentially stop the trade deadline to upgrade the roster even further. But like I said, I think what we have is good enough. So if we can just get to the playoffs and be a high seed, I really think we'd give some teams some problems. That's what I'm hoping for. Hopefully 2K has been good to me this time, and we actually get to the mix and see if we can make something happen. Well, would you look at that? LaMelo Ball wins MVP this year, and we end up being the first seed in the East. So I think the firing of Billy Donovan and maybe letting the rotation, letting Kelly Oubre go, probably thinned up the rotation a little bit, probably allowed some guys to step up. So you love that. Rookie of the year goes to Victor on the Golden State Warriors. So now do they have James Wiseman and Victor? That's actually really interesting. Oladipo wins 6 man on the Celtics. Giannis defensive player, and Jalen Duran most improved. And Billy Donovan coach of the year as we went 66-16. Okay, LaMelo Ball, John Morant, Giannis, Tatum, Jokic, and all rookie first team. I really want to see where the Warriors finished, as Victor is. They are the 3rd seed, or 5th seed, I should say. So, first seed in the East for us, though. So, this is our best opportunity, it looks like. We have 24 from LaMelo Ball, 22 from Miles Bridges, 17 from James Bouknight. So, he actually has turned everything we wanted him to be. So, I'm glad we didn't trade him away. 15 points from LeVert, 13 from Rozier, 12 from Kenny Chandler. So, he was also really solid. And then 9 from Myles Turner. Of course, he got 2 blocks per game, which is what we brought him over here for. Then Martin with 7. 3 from Kyle Flipowski, and then Kai Jones with 0. So, I guess he wasn't in the rotation. All right. Here we go. Who are we going to play? We got to play the Detroit Pistons, who actually beat us in the play-in last year. So hopefully that doesn't happen this year. Game 1, we're up 1-0, so that's a really good start. 25, 22, 15, and 14, and 20. So let's simulate current round, and we are going to beat them in 6. So the Pistons pushed us to 6 games, but we are back where we were in the very first season as a 2nd seed. 31 and 31. So the Levert was awesome, which is what we want to see out of Karis Levert. And Atlanta Hawks, we got Trae Young, Herter, Hunter, Collins, Capella, and Kongwu, and then Patrick Baldwin, and then Shake Milton. So Atlanta's a tough team. Let's see what happens. Game 1, we are up 1-0, so that's a good start. 37 from Miles Bridges, which is exactly what we need. 109 to 152, so really good start to the series. Made a statement kind of game, and this time we beat them 127 to 101. 26 from LaMelo, dropped a triple-double. We go up 3-0. Yes, we do. And can we sweep them? Nope. It's going to be 3-1, 3-2. Please don't let them come. Okay, thank you. So beat them in 6 games. And now we get to play the 6-seeded Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. So Memphis and New Orleans on the other side of the bracket. Zion versus Ja, as we always see in 2K. This is what our Hornets team looks like right now. So like I said, really solid. And then Mark Smart, Brown, Tatum, Grant Williams, Robert Williams, Oladipo, and then Julian. So here we go. Game 1. We're up 1-0. Good start. 24 from Miles Bridges, 24 from Myles Turner, and 33 and 14. You know what? I just noticed Miles and Miles. We could call these guys the Miles brothers, just spelled a little bit differently. All right, man. Even series. All right. 2-1, 3-1, and beat them at 5. No, 3-2. Can we beat them at 6? Yes, we can. We beat every single team in 6 games, and now we get to play the Grizzlies. So we got John Morant, Bane, Houston, Jaren Jackson, Tillman, Clark, Anthony Melton. All right, here we go, man. Finals. Here we go. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, and can we sweep them? 3-1. Okay, actually, let's get the championship celebration in here in front of our Charlotte Town home fans. So, all right, baby, here we go. Can we beat the Memphis Grizzlies here? I think we have it in the bag. Is looking good, baby. All right, guys, we're gonna jump in. We're gonna get the championship celebration. So if you want to stick around for that, you're more than welcome to. I also did another Charlotte rebuild on my Madden channel with the Carolina Panthers. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, links in the description. If you're a Charlotte fan, anyway. But thank you guys for watching. This is Crushables. You guys' support has been amazing lately. Thank you so much. But I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.